Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me for a few minutes to think of something greater than ourselves and to start our week off on this Monday morning. I have a reading to share from the Daily Om. It just struck me this morning when I read this. It might be a good headset for us to be in as we begin a new week. It's called Accepting Yourself. Again, this is from dailyom.com. I always have to check those last three letters, dailyom.com. It's free. You can get it in your inbox. It's called Accepting Yourself, and it says to label yourself good or bad is to think too small. That's what really attracted my attention when I first read this. So here we go. Ready? And then we'll talk about it. There is no such thing as a good person or a bad person. There are choices and actions that lead us in different directions, and it is through those choices and actions that we create our realities. I totally agree with all of that. We are all born in the image of God, even people who do horrible things. Sometimes we choose to do something that takes us in the opposite direction of the reality we want to create for ourselves. Isn't that a great way to think of it? It's not like that so-and-so is an evil person or a bad person. It's that they chose to do something that takes them in the opposite direction of the reality that they might want to create for themselves. When we do this, we feel bad, uneasy, unhappy, unsure. We might go so far as to label ourselves bad when a situation like this arises. Instead of labeling ourselves, though, we could simply acknowledge that we made a choice that led us down a particular path, and then let it go, forgiving ourselves and preparing for our next opportunity to choose and act in ways that support our best intentions. Many of us experienced childhoods in which the words good and bad were used as weapons to control us. You were good if you did what you were told, and bad if you didn't. This kind of discipline undermines a person's ability to find their own moral center and to trust and be guided by their own inner self. If you were raised this way, you may find yourself feeling shock waves of badness when you do something you were taught was wrong, even if now you don't agree that it's bad. Conversely, you may feel good when you do what you learned was right. Notice how this puts you in something of a straitjacket. An important part of our spiritual unfolding requires that we grow beyond what we learned and take responsibility for our own liberation in our own terms. You are a human being with every right to be here, learning and exploring. To label yourself good or bad is to think too small. What you are is a decision maker, and every moment provides you the opportunity to move in the direction of your higher self or in the direction of stagnation or degradation. In the end, only you know the difference. If you find yourself going into self-judgment, try to stop yourself as soon as you can and come back to the center. Know that you are not good or bad. You are simply you. Isn't that great? I mean, of course, it's how I feel and what I try to convey in my ministry, but yeah, I think that says it really well. We're either being fulfilled or into a position of self-degradation. Nice way to look at ourselves at the beginning of the week, isn't it? We have everything laid out before us, the different things that we're going to do, and the things we don't even know yet that we will be called upon to do or to think or to say or feel or be. But we know that if we can always come back to the center, we have a choice. We're not bad people. We might make decisions or do actions that are not beneficial to us, but we're not bad, nor are we all good. We're just people. It's humanity, and it's being human. That's why I get upset with people who get so hung up on sin. For me, it's just sin is an extension of human nature where we get in the way either of ourselves or someone else's path to reunion with God. That's kind of my working definition. Anyway, I don't want to talk about sin today. Just about us. I hope that this has given you something to think about during the day and a nice way to start your week. It's a beautiful day here in upstate New York as we start the last week in July. Hard to believe, isn't it? Yeah. For South Church, we're pretty excited. We go back to in-person worship in one of our locations this next Sunday. So we'll see how that goes. Lots of things to do between now and then. Thank you for joining me for this prayerful pause with the pastor. I'm Pastor Deb Swift of South Presbyterian Church in Rochester, New York. We look forward to seeing you back here next time. And until then, no judging yourself as good or bad. If you don't like what you did, do it differently. If you do like what you did, continue doing it. That's my motto. Pretty practical way to look at life. All right, everybody, until next time, God bless. Take care, and bye for now.